Who are you?
My name is Foxford. Kenneth Foxford.
Oh, boy. You look like a fox to me.
Good observation. Where are we?
Oh, here is your hint. Where are you from?
Planet Networthy, actually. The financial fiction galaxy.
That sounds interesting. I never thought that actually money exists in Animal Kingdom, but let's see, does it make sense?
I believe so.
All right. If there is money in Animal Kingdom, then it could be your lucky day. Do you believe in luck?
I would like to say I do.
My interviewer didn't show up, honestly, and I need an interviewer. Are you a curious animal?
Yes, but I must say I have trust issues. Are you someone that I can trust?
Well, you know what? On this planet they say trust but verify. That's why you should always look at numbers. You know how they say deeds speak? Sometimes they can be misspoken or misinterpreted. And you know how they say life matters? Yes, all lives matters. But the thing is, it's the numbers that count, mostly. Like luck, for instance, right? 7. There's a lot of numbers that I pay attention to, I don't know. So animals, numbers, and colors are things that I always pay attention to.
What will you feed me?
Food for thought, my friend, food for thought.
Well, I do seek independence, to be honest. Not domestication. Can you help me?
Sorry, what was your name again?
Foxford. Kenneth Foxford.
Sounds like an agent to me. Again, it could be your lucky day. I run an agency.
Do you?
Yep.
What exactly are you? Are you a CEO or a CPA, maybe a CFO?
I see. You want to know the nature of my C?
Yes.
Well, I'm a chief marketing officer, a CMO. But honestly, all you need to be a CMO is to be a critical mind owner. So that's my preferred interpretation of this acronym. Yep.
Color coordination seems to be important with your business. The simple question is, why?
Well, why is not a simple question. Speaking of numbers, you have to ask why 5 times. That's how you get to the core of any matter. One of my core beliefs, basically. We can play a game. You can ask me questions, and no matter what answer I can give you, you can ask me why again and again and again. You want to try the game?
I would love to.
See, I even call it a little bit like it's called Game of Yields, because at the end of all of this asking why, normally the truth comes out. And if there's a debate, the untruth will also become obvious, and it'll have to yield, to give way to truth.
You showcase many items in this private office of yours. Tell me the significance of all these items. To start with, we have a proposal. What is the importance of that?
I went in a meeting. I just decided that I will reinvent myself as an investment professional. And I was looking for a marketing agency to help me explain to people why they should be dealing with me and investing money the way I do. Long story short, the proposal that arrived was the opposite of every belief and every instinct and everything that I have learned in the process of dealing with people and their animal instincts. when the matter is about money. Generally speaking, I don't know about animals on your planet, but on our planet, Earth, people are the worst. There's a saying which says, the more attached you are to your money, the more likely it'll be detached from you. And actually, this seems to be true. It's almost like in a show called Seinfeld. I don't know if they show it on Planet Network, but basically there's an episode called Opposite George. And he realizes that everything he does is wrong. And all he needs to do is to do exactly the opposite, basically achieve results. So yes, I decided that I'm going to be my own brand strategist, my marketing manager, my own critical mind owner. I don't know if unicorns, well, again, I don't know if there's unicorns on your animal planet. Do you know what a unicorn is? Yeah, it's a company that reaches a $1 billion capitalization on this planet. So basically, I don't know if we're going to become a unicorn. I don't know if we're going to be successful. But generally speaking, at some point, my mother-in-law decided that I'm going to make it. She got me this red vehicle. She put my name on it. And I got myself another animal here. A piggy bank. Do you actually know any pigs?
I don't know very many.
Okay, let's talk about pigs. Pigs occupy a very specific place in investment mythology. They say bulls make money, bears make money, pigs always get slaughtered. The reason is a pig represents greed. And fear and greed are strong emotions. They make us people chase and escape. You know, the thing is, first you wanna catch, and then retreat, all right? And basically, it's either fight or flight. And the pigs are herd animals. They stampede, they run, they chase, and the results are not what they want most of the time. At least a bear has a position, he's pessimistic. A bull is an eternal optimist. A pig is always greedy, and that's not a good thing. Of all the animals that I like to talk about, I'm kind of torn between cats and dogs. The dogs, I'm not sure you're a fan of dogs.
No.
No. But, you know, dogs have a sense of duty. Dogs see themselves as protectors. One of my financial fiction characters is a dog. His name is Lockstock. Lockstock Yields. He thinks of himself as a protector, as an advisor, as a trusted counselor, consigliere, if you would use, you know, the movie language. But basically, the dog is an investment advisor. The cat, on the other hand, walks by himself. Freedom is the most important. And if you would look at people who behave like cats, I would just say it's people who want to do everything themselves. They want to make their own decisions. They want control over their own destiny, over what they catch, over where they go, who they meet, and basically what they spend their time doing. The cat is domesticated, but it's the least domesticated animal. And interestingly enough, my last name means a cat. So, you know, I don't know if it makes me an authority, but it definitely makes me somewhat passionate about the cat subject.
All right, well, Yuri. Can I call you Yuri?
Yes, you can, Ken.
Ah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I see books up there, and I'm curious, like a cat, although I'm a fox. What are those books? Elaborate.
All right. Well, before we start talking books and stuff, first of all of this, except for the printouts, and some of them actually came from my office, all of this went into a big, huge brown box, and some of them actually went into my tennis bag as I was packing all of my belongings on Friday, the 13th of July, 2018. And some of the memorabilia didn't make it. So why all of this stuff in particular? Let me tell you, all of my professional life in 5 minutes. What Works on Wall Street was the first book that I read when I already was advising Canadians on how to make money. Now, this guy is still relevant. He actually just sold his business. One of the brightest investment minds came up with a couple of ideas, including customizable index and quite a few things. Scott Schultz. Scott Schultz does the same income strategy that I do. We are both experts on that. As a matter of fact, we were two experts interviewed on the subject of closed-end funds arbitrage in 2012, which takes us back 10 years. And as far as I know, there was no other articles or publications or anybody in Canada who pursued this strategy. In 2017, Bank of Montreal was trying to launch it, but they couldn't explain the concept to people, and therefore they didn't raise enough money. And thankfully for me, the idea died. Otherwise, I would have competition and other people who would basically be showing how to achieve your financial independence, which was Scott's book. Now, live your life, leverage your income. I didn't come up with the slogan. I liked it. I stole it. I saw it somewhere. Oh, there's nothing to say. If you don't have income, all of your retirement plans will remain just that, plans. So I think plans are overvalued. Income is undervalued. I would concentrate on income to cover your bills next month, as opposed to plans that also quite often involve selling you an expensive investment product, which is presented to you as a solution, and the plan takes 20 years to realize itself. Guess what? The person who sold you that plan is going to be out of business by that time. And let me stop right here. Joker. You might feel that the plan was a joke. It's possible. The only constant thing in our investment universe is change, which basically the bears could confirm, because this is the animal that is famous for jumping out of the window. The bull climbs the stairs, the bear jumps out of the window. So why the bears? Beware of market declines. One thing you want to avoid is investing is Black Mondays, Black Fridays, Black everything, right? Black is supposed to be a color of profit, but when they say that the Monday was black, it's not because it was profitable. It's the opposite, right? Speaking of the opposite, the bull. The bull is an eternal optimist, represents greed, but generally speaking, fear and greed are not your friends. Measurements are, and time is more important than money. So this is a reminder that every number counts, every cost counts, every overpaid tax penny counts, but what counts most is time, because time is the currency of life. When you're out of the currency, fat lady sings, it's over. Well, next shelf. I love travel. I studied in a university that had people from 122 countries in the world. I was lucky. It's a reminder. Despite all of that international flavor and having called Canada my second home and everything. I'm Ukrainian through and through. Nobody made me have a Ukrainian passport, but I do have it. What else? What else do I do that other advisors haven't? Well, I registered Google My Business while still being an investment advisor at CIBC Wood Gundy. I think I'm the only person who to ever accomplish this. And there's nothing more important, I have to tell my former fellow advisors, than actually being on Google. If you're not on Google Maps, if you're not on Google My Business, you don't exist. You don't have your business. Now, why do I have tennis balls here? Well, because one of them is big and another one is small. Practice. Practice, they say, makes perfect. And I agree but disagree, because this ball is for beginners, it's big and slow, and only after that you will actually play with the ball for professionals. So it says, if you're still playing with the big and soft ball, you're probably better off taking lessons or hiring a professional. And don't be jack of all trades, be an ace of something. You know, jack of all trades, master of none, not a good thing. Again, why do we have an hourglass there? Because if you don't have the time to become a pro at whatever you're trying to do, you're better off hiring a professional. Or practice, 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 and go from a big ball to a small ball. Next one. Chess, cards, goaltender, strategic games. Strategic games. You know, there's a comedian in the United States, and he says, strategy. If you don't have a strategy, you're dead in the water, you don't know what you're doing, and that's what Warren Buffett said. He said, true risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. Nothing could be closer to the truth. Actually, Warren Buffett quotes are amusingly honest. Like, for instance, he said, I believe in class struggle, and my class won that struggle. That's extremely sincere, very accurate, and basically he had the luxury to speak his mind. So here is my next shelf, and you know how they say when you retire you kind of hang your hat? I hung my hat, which was this one, regulated Canadian advisory, disclaimer land, compliancy, and very, very backward, quite honestly, compared to what the American retail investor and an American retiree has. And this is a big subject, big theme, huge actually, and we're gonna talk about this, which is why we have the hats which says New York, Los Angeles, and in the middle of them is my club hat, which basically is from Richmond Hill Country Club, because tennis, just like poker, just like chess, is one of the strategic games that I like. And just as a reminder that I'm not the only person who thought that, here is Sigmund Freud, who apparently was a tennis player. So was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, a proper sporting gentleman. And I am pretty sure that both of them probably played some kind of card games, because that was a big part of social life in high society. And I do play some poker. I understand odds, I calculate, and strangely enough, a lot of hedge fund managers and investment professionals are also professional, semi-professional, and generally speaking, decent poker players. And finally, you know, everybody has to have a vice or passion or a hobby. And my vice, passion, and hobby is, apart from finding cheap income, is whiskeys and tasting them and talking about them and talking about numbers. And honestly, whiskey, especially the rare ones, are an investment. Interestingly enough, there's people who collect it. It's a collection of a collectible item. we will do occasional whiskey tastings with people who would like to talk animal spirits, investing, strategic games, and marketing with me. Finally, memories, photos, people we love is what makes all of this tick, click, and work together. So I'm a proud, father. I have people I love, and all I do is basically centered around a balance of life, work, time spent alone with your thoughts, time shared with other people. And to conclude all of these things, I promised that I'll be within 5 minutes. I probably went over, folks, I'm sorry. The thing is, time is something we cannot afford to waste. And therefore, if you cannot explain it to a 6-year-old, you that do not understand it yourself. If I couldn't explain it to a smart animal like you, then it's a failure. But the thing is, this is my question to you. Do you have money on Planet Net Worth? All right, Ken, do you have money on your planet?
Actually, yes. I didn't want to interrupt while you were debriefing all of the product on your shelves, but I come from Planet Networthy, as I've mentioned before. Practically all about money. And actually, I'm a professor.
You do seem smart. You know what? I have an idea. Just kind of, I'd like to get an animal perspective on this, but the thing is, how do we do that? I'd like to know more.
Easy enough. I can easily turn you into a cat. And I will teach you the ways of Planet Networthy. Time to teach a cat new tricks.
Well, you know what? Luckily, I'm not a dog. Luckily, I walk by myself. And I'm willing and able. And let's do it. Why not?
Come with me.
I'll follow you.